several cities have fallen to the caliphate in swift succession in its expansion south. The city of Damascus has been under siege for months now, worsening the refugee crisis.
범죄 단체에게 점령당해버린 시리아의 도시 다마스쿠스. 이런 혼란스러운 와중 한 남자가 도시 한가운데서 연설을 시작하는데 모두가 집중하는 이때 갑자기 몰아치는 모래폭풍.
سيهزم أعداءكم الخلاص قريب الخلاص قريب اسمعوا للنية إني آخر نفس نفس الموت.
폭풍은 무려 43일간 지속돼 범죄 단체를 후퇴시킵니다.
Sandstorm of biblical proportions covering the city of Damascus in a blanket of dust. But despite the catastrophe, there were celebrations across Damascus today as ISIS militia finally withdrew troops from their long-held position outside the ancient city.
한편 의문의 영상 하나를 전송받은 CIA 요원 에바. 영상엔 연설을 펼치던 남자와 그를 찬양하는 군중이 담겨 있었고, 에바는 알 마시라 불리는 남자를 심상치 않다 여기는데
Put him on our watch list and get eyes on him in the morning. Thanks, Q.
Okay.
이내 상부에 보고합니다.
Masih in Arabic means Messiah.
So this is a cult?
Possibly.
What do we know about him?
That's the concerning thing. He's come out of nowhere and he's leading desperate people into the desert.
To what end?
Well, if it's a cult, he could be leading them to their death. Or he could be creating an army.
It's a lot of speculation, Eva.
It's my job to speculate, ma'am.
Minimal resources.
Thank you, ma'am.
이 와중 군중들을 데리고 어디론가 이동 중인 알 마시.
They're nowhere near Damascus. That's Israel.
얼마 후 이들은 이스라엘 국경에 도착했고, 군중은 전쟁을 각오하지만 그는 모두에게 무기를 버리라 명합니다. 맨몸으로 국경을 넘는 알 마시와 그의 추종자들. 당연히 바로 체포돼 버리는데
A dramatic arrest took place at the Israeli border this morning when an armed patrol encountered two suspects.
이내 그는 신베트의 신문 요원 아비람을 마주합니다.
I don't want you to waste my time, so it would be best if you just answer my questions. Who are you?
Hamila.
Amila? So you are the word? Why not save me the fucking suspense and just reveal it now?
Because of it's not the time.
하지만 도리어 당황하는 쪽은 아비람.
Who told you my name?
אף אחד לא צריך להגיד לי את שמך. אתה המספר של אבא שלי. You hurt a lot of people.
It's part of my job, yes.
Except for that boy.
What boy?
The boy in Megiddo.
언급된 메기도의 남자아이는 과거 아비람이 복수를 위해 죽였던 소년이었고,
Is that when you stopped believing?
자신의 비밀을 알고 있다는 사실에 아비람은 크게 당황해 신문 영상까지 지워버리죠.
Hey! שים אותו בצינוק.
그날 밤
סיפרת למישהו מה שקרה במגידו?
למה שאני אעשה דבר כזה? אני מדבר על זה בכלל.
סתם.
친구와 술 한잔을 한 후 찜찜한 마음에 다시 구치소로 향한 아비람. 하지만 흔적도 없이 사라진 알-마시. 당연히 그는 곧바로 신고했고 이에 에바 역시 급히 이스라엘로 향해 봅니다.
What's the latest?
It's all over the news. Clearly they haven't found him yet.
Yeah, well, whoever the mole is, they're not going to be hiding him from us.
에바를 맞이하는 신베트의 수장.
How long has he been missing, and who was the last to see him?
곧바로 조사가 시작되나
נכנסת לבניין ב-3:05 בבוקר, נכון?
문제는
אני חזרתי כדי להמשיך את החקירה של העצור.
העצור ברח בין 3:07 ל-3:19 בבוקר. בדיוק בזמן שאתה ביקרת שם.
아비람이 용의자로 지목됐단 점이었죠.
ידעת שהמצלמות בתת ד' קובעו ל-12 זמן שהאסיר ברח?
מה הוא אמר לכם אחר הזה?
קצין בן ראובן טוען שאתה מחקת את ההקלטה של החקירה של העצור.
תגיד, מה קורה פה בדיוק?
תודה רבה, סוכן דן.
אז שתי הקלטות עבדו כשהיית שם, אבל אתה לא קשור להיעלמות שלהן?
이렇게 난리가 난 와중 유유자적 예루살렘의 성전산을 찾은 알-마시. 그는 사람들이 몰려들자 또다시 연설을 펼치는데
على مدى قرون هي الدرجات اتلطخت بالدم لأخوه وهذا كله ما بيرضي الله. هذا التراب اللي واقفين عليه لازم يوحد البشر. ما عاد راح يفرقهم وكل شيء راح يبلش.
이때 들이닥치는 경찰들. 그리고 울리는 총성. 알-마시는 조용히 소년을 치료해주곤 또다시 사라집니다. 행해진 기적에 순식간에 난리가 난 전 세계.
There are conflicting reports about the injuries. Some say a boy was shot. One thing that is clear is the figure at the center of this furor, the Islamic activist people are calling al-Masih.
그리고 곧바로 팀을 꾸려 그를 추적해보는 에바.
There he is, and there he goes.
This isn't enough.
We've done this 20 times. He just disappears.
No one just disappears. We don't even see a gun go off. How do we know one was really fired? If this is all a charade, then they're in on it.
다음날 팀원들과 회의를 하던 이때
You need to see this.
What?
Keep watching.
When did this post?
45 minutes ago. Some town in the middle of
America.
어느새 미국으로 넘어간 알-마시.
Scrub it. Freeze your accounts. Facebook, Instagram, all of it, and any other videos like it. Last thing we need is this going viral.
그는 텍사스에서 발생한 토네이도 한 가운데서 레베카라는 아이를 구해준 상태였죠.
That boy who was shot and then the tornado. How did you?
알-마시와 대화해보는 레베카의 아버지이자 목사 필릭스.
Why are you here?
I go where God takes me.
오묘한 분위기를 뿜는 알-마시에게 비범함을 느끼는데
Where God takes you.
이때
Hello?
Can I help you?
FBI 요원이 들이닥치더니 알-마시를 데려갑니다.
You can't just... Sir, you don't fully understand who this man is. He isn't a criminal. He saved my daughter.
Title 8, United States Code, Section 1325, improper entry by an alien.
I'll get you out.
이미 믿음이 생겼던 필릭스는 그를 도와주기로 택하죠.
Felix.
I got him a lawyer.
What?
Won't cost us a cent. She's pro bono, ACLU. Old friend made some calls. You remember, Kip? It was meant to happen. All of this.
알마시이가 잡혔단 소식에 상사의 만류에도 불구하고 곧바로 향한 에바.
This is our only opportunity to get intel. He didn't just click his heels and end up here. He clearly had help. This is bigger than just him. I need to talk to him now before this whole thing blows up.
You have 2 days.
문제는 순식간에 알마시이가 행한 또 하나의 기적이 매스컴을 탔다는 것.
This viral video appears to show the miracle man from Friday's incident at Temple Mount in Jerusalem seemingly standing in the path of the tornado.
당연히 텍사스엔 전국에서 신도들이 모이기 시작했고.
Is this it? Is this where it happened?
Where what happened?
Where the miracle man appeared.
Yes.
People are coming. Thank you.
일이 더 커지기 전 에바는 급히 알마사이를 찾아가 봅니다.
Where is he?
I've put him in a holding cell.
You have questions for me?
No, I just want to talk.
You're CIA.
You get around.
It's the nature of my work.
And God wants you here. In a Texas detention center.
For now.
Must be a comfort to know that whatever it is you do, it's God's will.
To the contrary. It's a great responsibility. He doesn't ask easy things.
The more you cooperate, the more I can help you.
I don't need your help. God provides.
하지만 역시나 신문의 주도권은 넘어가고.
You are very devoted to your job. You are a woman who has fought hard for everything she has. Fought hard to be recognized, to be the best.
That's every working woman.
But you are prepared to go the extra mile. It's what you worship. You are an acolyte of the CIA, and you have sacrificed everything for an idea. And the more you've pursued that idea, the more isolated you've become. But at night, you lay in bed and wonder if it was worth everything you gave up. She wants you to know you were her gift from God. She's always watching. Her and your husband. It's okay to cry.
에바는 사별한 남편 이야기가 나오자 흥분에 뛰쳐나가 버리죠.
Everything okay?
Did you tell him my name?
Here. I'm gonna have to take him back now.
We need to properly detain him in order to get better access, more answers.
Israel wants him extradited. He's being handled, I'm sure of it.
What makes you say that?
He can read people. He's smart, ma'am. He's been trained. He knew things about me.
What things?
Personal stuff.
It's a nice theory, but what's his plan?
Well, if he gets extradited, nobody will know. If we're going to detain him, it has to be now. When's the trial?
Bail hearings tomorrow.
혼돈 속 열리게 된 알마시이 재판.
As political folk hero and Syrian refugee,
Hearings caught the attention of lawmakers as the ACLU has stepped up to defend Mr. Masih.
그는 서류상 난민이었기에 추방에 관한 여러 논쟁이 오가고.
The United States would like to point out that the respondent is seen as a person of interest, having incited rioting and violence in Israel, which you've surely seen in the news.
세간의 이목이 집중되는데
Muslim can only be a terrorist or a religious extremist. Why can't he just be an ideologue or a good old-fashioned charlatan? I just think we're missing an important part of the debate here by focusing solely on provenance.
이때 자기 변호를 시작하는 알마시이.
No one decides where they were born. Our birthplace was decided by fate. A border is an idea decided by the lucky. Today, you sit in the seat of the fortunate. Just remember what put you there. Fate.
Questioning my witness. Mr. Massey, what religion are you?
You are not to question my client.
I walk with all men.
Order! Order, please!
그의 발언에 세상은 더욱 열광합니다.
He's here illegally, with no papers, no documentation. This man is the poster boy for America's problems.
I mean what? Now we're deporting the Messiah?
물론 미정부는 정반대의 입장이었죠.
I want him out of the country now.
We're working on it, sir. It's complicated.
Complicated. The president didn't fight for 2 years to have his immigration policy called back into question because of some fucking Arab.
다음 날 드디어 판사의 결정이 내려지는데
Has decided to grant Mr. Massey asylum.
I told you. We did it.
Welcome to the great state of Texas, sir.
차분함을 유지한 채 필릭스와 함께 돌아가는 이 남자. 이내 텍사스는 구원을 받고자 하는 신도들로 가득 차게 됩니다.
Reverend?
How can I help?
I'm Stacy. This is my daughter, Ray. When can we see him? We've come all the way from Denver.
I'll be sure to get your names on the list.
There's a list?
하지만 알마시인은 정답을 주지 않죠.
Your followers, I don't know if you've seen, but they keep asking to see you to know what's next.
Who can know what's next?
그날 밤 에바를 찾아온 FBI 요원.
Ignore your personal problems and drag yourself here on a Sunday. It's what you worship.
그는 알마시에 관한 가설을 전하는데
You ever heard of the radical Oscar Wallace? Cultural terrorist, and that received a lot of heat. But he basically became a magnet for radicals and extremists. Now, he uses our friend's exact words in the book. Everybody worships. The only choice is what we worship. And then he goes on to question the society that we live in a society that is driven by the world of greed and money and power. He does go on to say that the only way to combat this is to create a healthy confusion that sparks the need to question. If you're asking what our guy's agenda is, then maybe he's basing it on Wallace's manifesto. That's it. I just thought you needed to know.
안 그래도 머리가 복잡한데 마을에서 의외의 인물을 발견한 에바.
What the hell are you doing here? Answer me.
None of your business.
The hell it isn't. You know, the last time I looked, Shin Bet doesn't have jurisdiction in the USA.
Neither does the CIA. Having trouble letting go of him?
Clearly not as much as you.
아비람은 탈옥을 도왔던 누명 때문에 직장에서 잘린 상태였고
I came here to kill him.
복수를 위해 미국으로 넘어온 것이었죠.
He got under your skin, didn't he?
Don't judge me till you face him yourself.
I have.
점점 복잡해지는 상황.
Nut jobs fighting nut jobs. It's no coincidence he picked Texas. Well, you don't go to New York or LA. You start where people are poor, where everyone's got a gun, where the Bible still means something.
이때
I gotta take this.
에바에게 중요 정보를 건네는 이스라엘 정보원 동료.
You have a name?
Payam Golshiri. There's a man here in Tehran. He's been talking a lot, making a lot of noise. His name is Adar Golshiri, Payam's brother.
He has a brother?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Adar is Payam's brother. Al-Masih's brother.
CIA가 알마시의 정보를 확보한 와중 이 사실을 아는지 모르는지 그는 또다시 행보를 시작하는데
It's time to go.
Go.
Follow us.
당연히 신도들은 그를 따랐고
But it's who's in the van that is at the
The man
center
they
of all
call
the fuss.
Al-Masih is apparently leading his followers, but where to exactly, no one quite knows.
기적에 관한 믿음은 굳건해져만 갑니다.
Before you start.
Have you lost your fucking mind?
No, that's not fair.
She's missing every appointment. You realize that, right? We promised each other that we would do this together.
Well, I changed my mind.
And abducted our daughter?
심지어 필릭스의 딸 레베카 덕분에 행렬은 점점 길어지기만 하죠.
Tilly caravan revealed its destination this morning through a cryptic Instagram post. Its target, Washington, D.C.
So it's true then? Everyone's just going off my picture?
이들을 따라가며 조사를 하다 새로운 단서를 발견한 에바. 그녀는 곧바로 상부에 보고했고
Where the hell have you been? I'm on my way to DC. I've got his name. Payam Golshiri. He did a semester at Williams, political science. He's been here before. Oscar Wallace was lecturing there at the same time. A year later, he hacks the stock exchange and defects to Russia. If Golshiri is associated with an international terrorist, that makes it my job.
상황은 점점 커져만 갑니다.
Wallace is bent on social disruption. If this guy really is his protege, he is 2 hours from DC with hundreds of followers. Who knows what he's got planned?
어느새 워싱턴에 도착하고 차에서 내리더니 기념탑으로 향해 보는 알마시. 그는 또다시 군중을 홀리는 연설을 시작하는데
Is your world good? Look at your neighbor. Your own reflection cast back at you. Each reflected in each. Look where you stand. In the land of the free and the brave, standing for liberty and justice. How true do those words ring for you? When did you bring liberty? Where did you cause justice? For those who have understood, for those who have received, it is time. You are the judged. You are the chosen. What you see will be your choosing.
이후 다시 한번 기적을 보여줍니다. 모두가 진지하게 다루기 시작한 알마시.
I'd welcome him to try his so-called miracle under controlled observation, but he won't, because it's an illusion.
The Vatican is only prepared to confirm that an investigation is ongoing.
In what observers are terming a messianic revival, the refugee known as Al-Masih has become a catalyst, has reached critical mass, but also here in Washington. The question becomes, how far will this new movement, this revival, spread?
하지만 CIA 역시 포기하지 않은 상황.
But he's not acting alone. He has resources, intel. Golshiri spent a semester at Williams College when Oscar Wallace was still a professor there. What if Wallace cultivated a relationship with Golshiri at Williams and recruited him, converted him to his ideas? What better agent of chaos than a new messiah? We have eyes on Golshiri 24/7. His brother is in Iran. We're interviewing him. Maybe he will tell us something.
알마시의 영을 찾는 데 성공한 CIA.
Payam. Always loved to be at the center of the room. Now he's at the center of the world.
그는 동생은 그저 거짓말쟁이에 불과하다 주장하죠.
We were raised here, in Iran, by your uncle. Our uncle dragged us all over. But he also taught us everything he knew, the art of illusion. Uncle Yusuf was a magician. The trick is not so much the mechanics of it. That's just practice. The real trick. He's making you believe.
한편 갑자기 납치된 알마시.
Mr. President.
이는 독실한 기독교인이었던 대통령의 명령이었는데
This will be a confidential conversation. You don't seem at all surprised by any of this.
You are why I came to Washington.
So you knew we were going to come take you in the night?
We would always find this moment, one way or the other.
What is it you want?
How far would you go to bring about 1,000 years of peace?
알마시는 도리어 당당히 요구를 하며
Withdraw all American troops.
From where?
Everywhere.
Our troops abroad, for the most part, are a peacekeeping measure. To withdraw them would be disastrous.
You don't know that would happen.
I've got a pretty good idea. History tells me.
There is no more history. History has ended. There is only now.
대통령마저 고민에 빠뜨립니다.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe God would go silent? That he would abandon you? Or do you believe he still speaks to humanity?
I believe he still speaks.
He's speaking to you now.
대통령은 하늘의 신호에 점점 흔들리는 모습을 보이죠.
Massive
tidal surge is unprecedented, and for the moment at least, unexplained. As meteorologists scratch their heads over the phenomenon, the extent of the damage is currently too hard to assess. It is estimated to be at least $25 million in property damage.
정부마저 흔들리는 사이 이와 반대로
You didn't tell me you had a brother.
여전히 적대적인 모습을 보이는 아비람.
What, you like making speeches when everybody's watching and now you have nothing to say? So you're not who you pretend to be?
I do not pretend to be anyone.
Are you Payam Golshiri?
Have been known by that name.
It's your fucking name. Go ahead, walk across it. Show me a miracle. Prove yourself to me. If you want, you can open it in two. Teleplane.
또한 에바 역시 계속해서 수사를 지속한 덕에 중요 정보를 습득하는데
Hello.
Oscar Wallace?
How did you find this number?
A friend of yours gave it to me. Payam Golshiri. I'm more interested in hearing about the plan you're hatching with him.
You stumbled upon me. You don't know shit. I was expecting a very different conversation, so let me straighten you out. Just read my book.
하지만
Payam Golshiri.
그의 스승이라 여겼던 인물은 도리어 신도 중 한 명이었습니다.
We've had it backwards. He's an avatar for Golshiri. Wallace's book is Golshiri's thesis. They're his words. Wallace is his disciple.
이 와중
I need a Pentagon study on the consequences of a full United States military withdrawal from Eastern Europe.
진지하게 미군 철수를 고민하는 미 대통령.
How long will that take?
세상이 뒤집히기 직전인 상황.
Do your best.
I will, sir.
과연 알 마시이는
Have you made up your mind, John?
세상을 구원하기 위해 내려온 신이 맞는 걸까요?
Just need a little more time to think. I need
There
time.
is no time.
오늘 소개해드린 메시아는 신의 재림이라는 파격적인 소재를 다룬 넷플릭스 오리지널 드라마입니다. 해당 작품은 공개 당시 종교계는 물론 정치계까지 항의해 넷플릭스 최대의 문제작이라는 칭호를 얻은 드라마인데요. 아무래도 워낙 민감한 주제를 다루다 보니 넷플릭스 측도 결국 시즌2를 포기하는 모습을 보였습니다. 하지만 그럼에도 불구하고 주제를 떠나 작품의 연출이나 스토리텔링 등 다양한 부분에서 뛰어난 모습을 보이는 작품이니 꼭 한번 시청해 보시길 추천드리며 그럼 알 마시의 행보가 궁금하시다면 넷플릭스에서 확인해 보시길 바랍니다.